Hello everyone, now we'll be discussing about polymorphism. So what is polymorphism? Polymorphism is the ability of a compound to crystallize as more than one distinct crystalline species with different internal lattices or structure. An ability of a compound to crystallize in more than one form is called as polymorphism. So in pharmaceutical industry, the polymorphism is exhibited by majority of the drugs. 63% of the barbiturates they exhibit polymorphism, 76% of steroids and 40% of the sulfonamides they exhibit polymorphism. Some of the examples are chloramphenicol palmitate, it exists in form A, B and form C. Similarly, phenobarbital also exists in three forms: form 1, form 2 and form 3. Now coming to the classification of polymorphs. Polymorphs are classified into two types: enantiotropic polymorphs and monotrophic polymorphs. Enantiotropic and monotrophic. Coming to enantiotropic polymorphs, when one polymorph can be reversibly changed to another form by varying the temperature and pressure. The classical example is sulfur. Sulfur can reversibly change from one form to another by varying the temperature or pressure. It is an example of enantiotropic polymorph. The next one is monotrophic polymorphs. One polymorphic form is unstable at all temperatures and pressures. When one polymorphic form is unstable at all temperatures and pressures, such kind of polymorph is called as monotrophic polymorph. The example are glyceryl stearates. Coming to allotropy, if an element crystallizes as more than one distinct crystalline species, is called as allotropy and it is a special case of polymorphism. The examples are carbon, sulfur. Carbon can exist in various shapes. If one element, if it has more than one distinct habit, or it can crystallize in more than one distinct crystalline species, such a phenomena is called as allotropy and it is a special case of polymorphism. The examples are carbon, it exists in cubic, diamond and hexagonal. The next one is sulfur, it can exist in rhombic form or monoclinic form. And similarly, a diuretic drug spironolactone, it can exist in needle shape or prism shaped. Spironolactone form 1 and form 2. And the other drugs are naphthalene, it exists in plate, the habitat is plate, whereas tolbutamide and cyclizine, it exists in tabular manner. Sodium chloride exists in equine shape, and fluorocortisone acetate and triamcinolone acetonide, it exists as columnar shape, and resorcinol, it exists in bladed shape, and nalidixic acid, it exists in acicular shape. These are some of the examples of drugs and their various shapes. Coming to naming of polymorphs, by convention, the polymorphs are designated by Roman numericals in their order of stability at the room temperature. This is important. By convention, the polymorphs are designated by Roman numericals in their order of stability at the room temperature. In majority of the cases, form 1 has the highest melting point and it will be the most stable form. The other forms are further classified as unstable and metastable. Unstable polymorph and metastable polymorph. Unstable means which readily converts into stable form, whereas metastable polymorph, it slowly converts into the stable form. And as different polymorphs arise through different arrangements in the molecules or ions in the lattice, they will have different interaction energies in the solid state, and under a given set of conditions, the polymorph with the lowest free energy will be the most stable one. The polymorph which has lowest free energy will be the most stable form, and the other polymorphs or other forms will tend to transform into it, either quickly as in case of unstable form or slowly in case of metastable form. And generally the stable form has the highest melting point. The stable polymorph has the lowest free energy and it has the highest melting point and greater stability. So the characteristics of most stable polymorph are: it has a lowest free energy, mostly highest melting point, and least aqueous solubility. So the stable polymorph has a least aqueous solubility. This is particularly important in case of pharmaceutical dosage forms. Now the polymorphs, as they have different internal energies, they differ from each other with respect to their physicochemical properties such as melting point, solubility, dissolution rate, and even density, hardness, and the compression characteristics are also dependent on which form the polymorph exists. And generally, what are the factors which affect the formation of polymorph? Factors such as crystallization process and the solvent differences. Solvent differences indicate packing of a crystal may be different in case of polar solvent and non-polar solvent, and this packing may affect the formation of polymorph. And similarly, the impurities which may favor a metastable polymorph due to the specific inhibition of growth patterns also affect the formation, and the level of supersaturation from which the material is crystallized is also going to affect the formation of a polymorph. And generally, the higher concentration above solubility, more chances of a metastable form are seen. So impurities may favor a metastable form, and also the level of supersaturation may favor a metastable form, and also temperature at which the crystallization is carried out, it may affect the formation, and also the geometry of a covalent bonds of particular molecule, whether the covalent bonds are rigid or they are planar or they are free and flexible. These factors are going to affect the formation, and also the attraction and repulsions of cations and anions within the molecules are also going to govern the ultimate formation of a polymorph. So these are some of the factors which affect the formation of a polymorph. Coming to the preparation, generally the polymorphs are prepared by manipulating the conditions such as conditions of crystallization, such as solvent, temperature, and the rate of cooling. By altering these factors, we can prepare the polymorphs. And generally, as we have discussed earlier, the metastable polymorphs are of particular interest in the pharmaceutical formulation owing to their high solubilities and higher dissolution rates, which ultimately result in good bioavailability of that particular product. But these polymorphs, as they are metastable, they may slowly convert into stable form upon storage, and such polymorphic transition can also occur during milling, granulation, drying, and compression operations. So this is an important point. Polymorph may convert, a metastable polymorph may convert into a stable polymorph not only upon storage, but this kind of transition can also occur during milling, granulation, drying, and compression operations of tablet manufacturing. So such kind of transitions can reduce the therapeutic effectiveness and the production efficiency of a product which is very undesirable. Such polymorphic transitions can reduce the therapeutic effectiveness and the production efficiency of the product. Hence, such kind of transition must be prevented. And in order to prevent them, we have to add either hydrocolloids such as methylcellulose or the surface active agents which appear to poison the crystal lattice, and they prevent the conversion of polymorphs from metastable form to stable polymorph. In the next session, we will be discussing the significance of polymorphism in absorption and the manufacturing processes. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for further videos on pharmacy and related subjects.